The pasuk says, Zocher es yoim ha-Shabbos l'katshoi. We have to remember to sanctify and make the day of Shabbos holy. How do we make the day of Shabbos holy? So, obviously, on Shabbos, we do certain things to make it holy. You say Kiddush, Kiddush Dvarim, Kiddush Alayayin. That's on Shabbos. But does this mitzvah of Zocher es yoim ha-Shabbos l'katshoi only apply on Shabbos? Or does it apply even during the week? And if you know, we mentioned it in the Sheish Schiras, and the 6 things that we remember every day. One of them is Schiras Shabbos, just like Schiras Yetzias Mitzrayim. So how does Shabbos, the Schiras Mitzvah Shabbos, affect my life today? And today is Sunday. Says the Alter Rebbe, It's Monday. Okay, I'm sorry. It's still not Wednesday. Says the Alter Rebbe, Darshu Beis Shammai. Beis Shammai, and this, how to fulfill the mitzvah of Chiras Yom HaShabbos L'Katshoi, there's a machlokes between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Beis Shammai says, Shetehei Zoichroi Me'echad B'Shabbos. Starting from Sunday, you have to remember Shabbos. It's not only on Shabbos. And by the way, I'm obviously short in time, but this, you're going to hear a machlokes, and you're going to say, if you know anything of some of the Rebbe's sichos, you'll say, I bet you there is a sicha from the Rebbe explaining there's this machlokes, and there definitely is, but I'm not going to get to it. Beis Shammai says, how do we remember Shabbos on Sunday? If you go shopping, or if you cooked something, you baked something, and it looks geschmack, he says, misakne l'Shabbos, let's keep it for Shabbos. Starting Sunday, anything good that you find, or you buy, or you bake, or you cook, so good, so tasty, let's keep it for Shabbos. Zocher es yom Shabbos. V'amru olav al Shammai HaZokin. It was said about Shammai HaZokin, shekol yomav haya oichel l'kavod Shabbos. His whole life, he ate l'kavod Shabbos, because every time he found something good, he kept it for Shabbos. So how did he live his whole life that way? Keitzad matzah behemana. If he found a good animal, loikcha, he would buy that good animal. V'omer zul Shabbos. He says, perfect, it's for Shabbos. Matzah acheres nahemana. If he found a nicer animal, loikcha, he would buy the second animal, and now keep the second one for Shabbos, and the first one we eat on Monday, on Tuesday. Nimtza, so his life cycle would go like this. He always ate plan B, he always ate back the original plan A, because plan B is kicking in. So everything is circling around Shabbos. That was Shammai. Shammai, wow, great, righteous. Aval Hillel HaZokin mida acheres haiseboy. Hillel, when you hear this, you say, wow, this is so untypical. You would think Hillel would be the one to act like Shammai, and Shammai the one to act like Hillel. Hillel had a different midah. Shahaya Omer, Hillel would say, Baruch Hashem Yom Yom. You have to thank Hashem day for day. Yom Yom Yamas Lanu Tzarchenu. I have strong faith and believe in Hashem that He is going to provide for whatever I need today. Af Hillel Maida, says the Alter Rebbe, even Hillel agrees that if you're a Superman and you have that lofty feelings like Beis Shammai, even Hillel says Shekedivrei Beis Shammai Yoser Nachem Lases. It's a more religious lifestyle if you live the way Shammai lived. Ella Shahaya Bateach B'Hashem, he had strong bitachon shebevada yazmin loy l'Shabbos mone yofim mikol hayomim. Not that Hillel didn't want to keep the better part for Shabbos. Hillel had such bitachon in Hashem that he knew that before Shabbos comes, he'll have the best thing for Shabbos. But either way, we find now that Shabbos is not once a week, Shabbos is something that you have to live with the whole week. Just bekitzer, I want to give you one explanation. Obviously, the Rebbe has a beautiful explanation of this machlekes. One explanation is that Shammai and Hillel are known to be Shammai being Midas HaGvura, Midas HaDin, and Hillel Midas Chesed, Midas HaSholem. Now, I'm an old Torah boy. Chesed is kindness, Sholem is peace, that's Hillel. Hillel is the one that says in the Mishnah, Havei mi talmidav shel Aaron, be one of the students of Aaron, Oyev Sholem, Reidev Sholem, go peace, be kind. And Hillel and Shammai was tough as nails, no game playing. Somebody came to Shammai, wanted to convert me on 1 foot, convert me there. Shammai sent him flying. Hillel gave the galette, Hillel accepted more and more people because of their different midos. Now it actually says that the halacha is going to be like Shammai. Today, most of the halachas, wherever they argue, the halacha is like Hillel, but la'asid lavi, when Mashiach comes, it's actually going to turn around. What Shammai, one of the Mefarshim says like this, which is the reason I'm quoting this because it's negeya for the time that we are in. We're in Aser Simei Tshuva. There's a medrash that says that they went through to different systems to ask how should Hashem respond to Rahman al-Atzlan, somebody who is a sinner. So Sha'alu l'chachma, they went and asked chachma, intellect, wisdom. What should be done if somebody Rahman al-Atzlan falls? So Chachma says, I'm sorry, if you commit a crime, you get a punishment. He went through. It says he went through Chachma, he went through Mishpat, and everybody, each one said either you have to bring a karma punishment. Nobody allowed forgiveness, but Chesed, Hashem allows kapara, forgiveness, total forgiveness. I would always tell boys in yeshiva, you say you go out of the bank and you rob a bank, and they come after you, and the cops come, you say, I'm sorry from today to tomorrow. You're going to jail. Even if you give back all your money. You committed a crime, you pay your punishment. The Alter Rebbe and the Tzemach Tzedek refer to the concept of tshuva. The Rambam says, Berachem of harabim. The Eibishter, with his great mercy, allowed this concept of tshuva. It doesn't make sense, tshuva. That the Eibishter forgives you in such a way, not only that he forgives you, but Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Mibaditchev used to say, I envy the sinners because if they only do tshuva properly, all their averos are becoming mitzvahs. That's totally out of the realm of understanding. That's rachmav chesed of the Eibishter. So Shammai doesn't see that. Shammai is tit for tat, midas hadin. So Shammai is still in the old school, as we say, and Shammai says, you do bad, you deserve punishment. So his whole life here in this world, it's just la'olam haba. This world, the whole mundane week, is just trouble. It's just to get to Shabbos. It's just to get to Shabbos. It's just to get to Mashiach, la'olam shekulei aruch, yom shekulei Shabbos. Hillel, however, is this combination of, yes, people, Rahman al-Atzlan, fall, but at the same time, if Hillel is Oyev Sholem, V'Reidev Sholem, with Sholem we allow day-to-day, there is room to elevate a Sunday. There is the room to elevate a Monday. You don't have to always think about what's going to be later. Every day, Baruch Hashem, Yom Yamas Lanu. Okay, that's enough for that. All right, so we got through Sunday. Monday. I told you that's the first section. Let me get to starting Wednesday. I told you the second section starts on Wednesday. What kind of halachas do we know start on Wednesday? Anybody? So the one halacha you may... You mentioned Shir Shoyam. So I'll tell you, it depends if you're Ashkenazi or Sephardi. Or a Litvak or a Chassid. Because by Shir Shel Yom, every day we say Shir Shel Yom. The Shir, the song that the Levium would say in the Beis Hamikdash. Now, every one of those songs are Kapitlach and Tilim. So if you go to Wednesday's Kapitel Tilim that is said was Kapitel Tzadik Dalid. Kapitel Tzadik Dalid. You go to a Siddur and you look in the Siddur, you'll see that we don't finish Wednesday at the end of Kapitel Tzadik Dalid. We end by adding 3 more psukim from Kapitel Tzadik Hey. Which 3 psukim? The psukim of L'chul Neranah L'Hashem. And the question is why. So the Sfardim don't add L'chul Neranah there. Kapitel Tilim is over, finished. The Ashkenazim add those three extra psukim. Why? So you know the Chassidish pshat. I'll tell you the halacha pshat. The halacha pshat is there is a halacha, if I could say it's halacha. There is a halacha that says that Mesayimim b'toiv, every time when the Baal Korah reads the Torah, he never finishes off. He's not allowed to finish off in a negative pasuk. Something was done bad or a harm or punishment. The last statement that's said has to be a positive statement. So much so that the Rebbe has questions in different parshas. The famous question that the Rebbe has in Parshas Vayechi, the last 3 words of the whole Chumash Shemois, Chumash Bereshis. The whole Chumash Bereshis finishes off with 3 words: Vayisem ba'arim b'Mitzrayim, and Yaakov was buried in the Aron in Mitzrayim. And the Rebbe says that's the whole Chumash Bereshis is finishing with these words. And only the Rebbe could do that. The Rebbe could show how that's a great thing. How Yaakov staying with Klal Yisrael in Mitzrayim was a plus that kept us going. But if not, we have this problem, Messiah and B'Torah. And the story I once read that they were showing in the Rebbe's library how the Rebbe has hundreds of thousands of svarim, and they were showing how the Rebbe read a lot of them. So there is a sefer called Beis Yisrael from one of the Ger Rebbes. So they had a copy of the Rebbe was reading Parshas Mitzayra. Obviously, Mitzayra is a negative thing, and the Beis Yisrael was writing a whole Torah about Mitzayra. And you see that the Rebbe wrote in B'Ksav Yad Kodesh U'Mesayim B'Torah. And you finish off good. Just didn't want to finish off with something negative. So anyway, that's one of the things you saw by the Rebbe always. He always spoke positive and he always finished off positive. If anybody heard the wonderful Chazan and Shachris and Rosh Hashanah, you would have heard that in one of the piyutim over there, the Chazan says, Pesach Devarcha Yair. That's something that people don't know. Pesach Devarcha Yair means, you know that Mestayim B'Toiv. We know that. The final statement should be a positive thing. But Pesach Devarcha Yair, that your opening statement should be light, that people don't know. You know, people, but that's a statement that's mentioned, and so it's even mentioned in the halacha. That's why Masechta Pesachim starts with the word Arba Asar and not Leil Arba Asar, because the opening statement also has to be positive. Anyways, back to Mizmor Shir Yom Shabbos. So Mizmor Shir Yom Shabbos, which is the Kapitel Tzadik Dalet, finishes off with a negative pasuk. So not to finish off with something negative, they add 3 of the next kapitel, L'chul Neranah. That's the halachic view. However, there is the Chassidic interpretation, and that is starting from Wednesday, it's past midday, mid part of the week, the hashpais from Shabbos start coming down. So you feel the L'chul Neranah is on Wednesday, because on Wednesday already you feel the Shabbos coming in. Okay, now you got to be spiritual for that. I'm not that spiritual. Where does it apply in halacha? So there is a halacha about Wednesdays. Anybody want to guess? No. Okay, no guessing. What's the halacha about Wednesdays? No, that has nothing to do because of Shabbos. Actually, it is, because it's going to grow, right? Okay. So the Wednesday part is as follows. In the good old, and by the way, For those who are my age or older, it has to be older than my age because this is one of the big halachic issues. The Rebbe was, I don't want to use the word fighting, or disputing with many leading rabbis in the earlier years of his Nasius about traveling on a boat on Shabbos. When are you allowed to go onto a boat? So the Rebbe had a big issue with these boats that the Israeli government or Israeli sailors were riding, whatever. So the Rebbe had a big halacha, and I think that's one of the places where the Rebbe said to paskin the halacha and these type of things, you have to have two sets of knowledge. You have to have the Torah knowledge, what the halacha says, and you also have to have the physical knowledge. Very few people have the two of them, and the Rebbe was trying to allude to that to think that the boat is just going on its own and the sailors or the captains don't do anything. If they're Yidden, you don't know what you're talking about. And therefore, the Rebbe had a whole issue with Chil Shabbos with the boats. So the Rebbe did not want to allow people to go on Yiddish boats. Okay, anyway, so that is a side point. But I'm going to tell you what the halachas apply on Wednesday. And we'll see if it applies today too. This is Siman Reish Mem Ches. Siman Reish Mem Ches, If Aleph. Wednesday, you have to start being concerned about how are you going to feel on Shabbos. What are you going to do today? What's your mood going to be like on Shabbos? Where do you see this? Says the Alter Rebbe, Siman Reish Mem Chesif Aleph, Ein mafligim b'sfina. You're not allowed to go onto a boat on the salty waters if it's within 3 days of Shabbos. If it's from Wednesday on, you're not allowed to go on, even if you're going to be traveling for a long time. Why? Because for the first 3 days, you're seasick. He says like this. Lefi shekol ha'mafligim b'yamim ha'meluchim, yesh lahem b'chol gimel yomim harishonim tsar. You have discomfort, ubilbul, and you're confused, seasick, all the cruises, the people go on the cruises. V'shinoi vesses, and the change of body. V'gufo mishtaber mininu asfina, and the shuckling of the boat. Just you're not settled. V'ein ruchon chayzeres ad la'achar shloisha yomim me'es le'es. After you're there for 3 days, you're getting to live with it. So therefore, what's going to be the third day? If you're going to go on Wednesday, then within 3 days is Shabbos. You're setting yourself up to have a rotten Shabbos. So from Wednesday, you have to have a Vaitna cook. You have to be able to see what's my Shabbos going to be like. Okay? Now, there is some exceptions to the rule. If it's a mitzvah, if it's not salty water or whatever. I want to quote to you where there's a chiddush from the Rebbe, because we're not going cruising. I hope we're not. And where does this apply today? Possibly. So there is a letter from the Rebbe. The Rebbe says that if we have to be concerned of during the week what our mood is going to be like on Shabbos, so how about somebody needs to have his teeth pulled? He has to, or something that will cause pain. How about, I didn't want to say surgery. How about surgery? The Rebbe says about surgery. Or anything that causes discomfort at that level. Is only geproved werden. And the Rebbe actually even says to induce. I don't want to get involved in this, but the Rebbe says inducing a labor, if it's around too close to Shabbos, that will cause discomfort for your Shabbos. The Rebbe says preferably you have to take this halacha in concern and do it in the beginning of the week. You have to have, from Wednesday, obviously, what was the cheshbon of Wednesday in the time of the Gemara or in the time of the Shulchan Aruch? Because it took 3 days. But if there is a hospital or a situation where you're in and out and you're fine, then this halacha won't apply. But you have to have shikol adas. You have to be able to see if there's.
What if the surgery is on a Wednesday, but you go home later?
So if there's no discomfort, fine. It has to be. If it matches to this halacha, then it's something. If it takes something 3 days, and you don't, and there's discomfort, you're not allowed to from Wednesday on set yourself up for this. But you have to know that even the Rebbe suggests that if the doctor says I'm only in on Wednesday and I'm only in on Thursday, you can't play games. If it's in your hands to do it earlier in the week, then it's something that you should preferably do. But min hadin, I have to say this. Min hadin, obviously, you could do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because you also have to take in consideration that the tsar of having this not taken care is also something that if you're going to go through a Shabbos thinking, oh boy, I have to wait till Sunday, that's also something they have to take in consideration that will be a discomfort. So that is Wednesday. Now let's go to Erev Shabbos. How this halacha applies to Erev Shabbos. Obviously, if you're going to do something on Erev Shabbos, you're gonna run into Shabbos and you'll be mavulvul. This madach, on Wednesday you can't. For sure, on Friday you can't. So what do you do? Cook and freeze everything from Tuesday? What do you do? So let me quote another halacha. And now I'm moving over to Siman Reish Mem Tes. Siman Reish Mem Tes. This is about Friday. What may you do on Friday? And why? Says the Alter Rebbe, for example, Asur la'adam sheyahalech be'erev Shabbos yoser megimul parsois mitchilas hayom. Gimel parsois is a measurement. A parsa is 4 mil. Let's call for this is not the right measurement. It's walking 4 miles. Okay, a person is not allowed to walk. This is the wrong measurement, but it's approximate. 5 miles. Friday morning, he's not allowed to take a walk like that. Even starting Friday morning. Why? Because we want you, this is halacha, this is not Nachman Wilhelm, this is halacha. Because we want you to be able to be home on time. And by the way, this is said for men, so don't. We want you, we need you to be home on time, that Shabbos should be settled. What does it mean? So it says the Alter Rebbe. Kidei shiyagia limkoim shvisasoi ba'oid hayoim gadol. We want you to be able to come on time while there's still a lot of day left. V'yuchal lahachin sham tzarchei Shabbos. So you should be able to do whatever is needed for Shabbos. And obviously the question becomes, what happens if other people, quote unquote, are doing everything for you? What happens if you're traveling to a hotel and the hotel, you paid your bill and everything is being taken care of? So let me just tell you what it says. Yes, there are